Okay, so welcome back to the second part of identity shifting. So we talked about what identity shifting is, and then we started talking about all different kind of things that kind of related to identity shifting. So now we're going to talk about how to apply these neuro-based steps to help you create a new identity. Alright, so the first one is to recognize the old identity. Your brain's current self-model is built from repeat patterns. So the beliefs that you have rehearsed, the habits you default to, the emotional reactions that you repeat, and the stories that you tell about yourself. So like, one of the things I keep on telling myself, and you said something yesterday, like, when I told you that I gained 30 pounds, and you were like, well, you carry your weight well, because I wouldn't even be able to tell. But every time I look in the mirror, like, the story that I tell myself is like, wow, I look like a beluga on like a big whale. And so these are things that, and so sometimes like, I'll go weigh myself, and Shane will be like, oh, so how much weight did you lose? I'm like, I'm still fat, Shane. I'm still fat. And again, so this is a story that I keep on telling myself. And even though people are like, oh my God, you look good, you lost so much weight, you're like, you look so thin. It's like, no, I'm fat. I'm like 500 pounds. So these are like horrible things that I always tell myself and that I need to work on. Yeah. So, do you want to touch on that at all?
How can I state this? At what point do you start believing in the difference being made? Is it like you put on like a pair of pants and they're looser than usual and you go, oh, I am making a difference? There are certain things it's hard to break free from, right?
Yeah.
Like,
yep.
I mean, I know I've put weight on. Okay, that's fine. But for me, it's legit my Bugs Bunny teeth. One is crooked and the other one's like Bugs Bunny style. If I could just have two Bugs Bunny teeth, I'd be happy. But I can't get there unless I... No, that's not the same, because I just let it go, because I don't care. Yeah, never mind. Not the same. Never mind. I'm trying to think of like, but no. Like,
no, but like that's something also, like, you're sitting there saying that you have like one Bugs Bunny tooth and the other one is this. Like, that's something that you created for yourself. That's the way you see yourself, but I don't see you like that. I think like your smile and your teeth like just suit you and like your personality.
Oh,
whereas you see yourself like a different way.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So even if you were to, you can get veneers or something like that, but maybe you might not see yourself, you don't know that you're going to feel differently about yourself until you start working on changing what you're saying to yourself.
Right.
So I guess like so there's times when, like at one point I was 125 and everybody was like, oh my God, you're so skinny. And I'm like, no, I could still lose like more weight. So I think that's, even if I were to have big, like, loose clothes, my clothes were to fall off me, I would probably still see myself as, like, a fat person until I start working on seeing myself as, like, a healthy, fit person instead of thinking of myself as this one way. Does that make sense?
It does make sense. So that's why I'm like, if you're recognizing the issue, in order to change it, there are certain issues where it's like, damn, how does one reprogram themselves to think differently and positive about themselves?
Yeah.
You know? So...
It's definitely hard. Like, I guess, like, in that case... Because obviously there's some things that people cannot change about themselves that they might hate about themselves.
Right.
Unless people have like tons of money and they can do like plastic surgery. But I think in like some cases you just have to like accept your individual uniqueness and like make peace with it, you know? And I think that something like that might be harder to do than, let's just say, you know what, I want to be a more generous and giving person, and that's going to be like my new identity. I'm going to start doing this, versus I'm going to see myself as somebody beautiful, regardless of like what features or body parts that I'm unhappy with.
Right. Huh.
Yeah, there's really so
That's
much to it, because there's like the identity shifting with certain things that just like make sense. Like, okay, yeah, that makes sense to do like identity shifting. Like, I didn't even like really consider the part about my weight until we just started like talking about this, and I guess it's like a whole nother can of worms that I would have to address with myself.
Right. That's where I'm going with. Yeah, that's what I'm like, oh man. You know, I watch like 15-20 minute like videos on YouTube about all these young girls, and I mean young, getting plastic surgery, getting veneers, knocking their beautiful teeth out. Mind you, nothing's crooked. They've grown up with braces. Good to go. Knock their teeth out for, what are they referred to now? Turkey teeth? Because they're like horse teeth. They're not turkey.
Yeah.
They are horse teeth. And it's just like, girl, you don't mess up your whole damn face. Because now it's realigning the whole structure of their face. So now they have to constantly shit like this. And so now, you know, everybody's like, Miley Cyrus. No, not even to be funny, but like, she was a beautiful little girl. Grew up into a beautiful teenager.
Yeah.
And then she showed up with these damn horse teeth, and I'm like, whoa, why? But now she's going back to her original teeth, and I'm like, thank you, Jesus. So now I'm thinking all the girls out there who were like on that train, and it's like, no, you're not even fully like not established. You're not even fully grown. Like you haven't like hit that level of puberty where you're fully shaped. And now you got these eyebrows that don't want to move because now you're going with mommy to get Botox. Your nose is completely different, and your nose doesn't stop growing. Like that, from what I've heard, your nose just continuously grows. So now you're finding that they've gone from plastic surgery at 16 to now they're like 25, and they're completely dissatisfied with the mess they have constructed.
Yeah.
You know?
That's so sad.
So it's like when you are identity shifting, I just want to point out that sometimes it's not about changing the physical aspect, but it's more like digging down deep to find out where you're unhappy at.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Damn.
Absolutely.
Because people think like, I want a new me. You may want a new you, but damn, like, look at what's causing the thought of you wanting that new you.
Yeah, exactly.
Weight, like for us, perimenopause puts you in that high level of weight gain. And so you put the weight on, you yourself may like be unhappy, but I've seen a few Reddits last night going over it with the weight gain, and a lot of women are like, my husband loves me with this little bit of weight on. And it's like, oh, you know, it's endearing. So I just had to put that out there. So keep going.
No, yeah, I really like that. So it makes me wonder, like, I guess, like, where do you draw the line? Like, if somebody's really unhappy about something, and they truly believe that it's going to make them feel better if they have, like, breast implants or lip injections or, you know, whatever it may be. Like, is it something that people should try to work on self-love and acceptance first?
Oh, yeah.
Like, radical acceptance? Or, like, are these, like, outer things really going to help that person feel better about themselves? Like, how often does it really change how people view themselves when they have these surgeries?
I can honestly say, from personal experience of not, and here's a good one. Personal experience of always wanting to fit in with other black children because there's a point in when you always hear people say you're safer around who you grow up with, and that isn't always the case, because we grew up in an area where everybody, every color, every nationality, ethnicity, we grew up in it and around it. And
yeah, exactly.
When a lot more black kids started to come into the neighborhood and they were a different kind of black kid, I grew up in a multicultural household. And I didn't have a problem. There was no nothing. Like, there were no color boundaries, put it that way. And then I get to school and I'm like, I forget the name of that kid, but he looked like Scottie Pippen. And I can't remember his name, but he was a classmate of mine's cousin. And, like, sitting and doing our thing, and everybody's just, like, you know, at the table. And I had a whole bunch of friends at this table, but they were Hispanic, white. And I was, like, the one black kid who just didn't fit the bill. When you look at their black side of the table and you look at me, it was like very different. Very different. So for them to just outright throw food at my side of the lunch table and ridicule me for not being black enough, and I'm like, damn. Like, and I'm looking at myself and I'm like, I look pretty black to me. Like, it's such a, I don't know. But did I want to change my color? No, it never occurred to me to want to change my color. It occurred to me to play the voice in the back of my head where Dad would always say, you know, in society, the way we live, that you will always hear other black people say, white people try to knock you down. He's like, don't suck that in. Don't believe in that. Just be a better. He's just so awesome. You know, he's not from here, so his logic is going to be reason. You know, like like it just makes sense. And it's like,
absolutely.
Right. So when he used to say that would just play back in my head. Like, don't stoop to that level. And coming up, I was like, I'm happy with, like, I got a decent, you know, the only thing I don't like about my skin color is it's undertone red. So the makeup I wear, I just look awkward all the time unless I were to red tone it. So, yeah, it's okay to laugh. It's okay to laugh. I found this out, like, years later. But,
all right.
Yeah, so it had nothing to do with anything. It was just, like, the inside of me, I can't change who I am outside, but I could rethink the process of there's nothing wrong with me. They were the problem.
No. Well, I don't like. So, like, going back to that. So when you said that, you know, you're like, you know, about the whole skin color, and that you weren't, you know, black enough for people, like black enough for that group of like black people, like how. Like, what did Dad say to you to help you, you know, not
culturally? What it came down to was the area these kids were coming from. I did not fit the bill of the black. Like, I was always trying to be better than them. I was always, you know, coming from one of them even said I was, you know, possibly raised by white people because I was always looking down on them. No, I wasn't. I was just raised differently.
Yeah. Like,
it was just a different background. So everything he said made sense to me because I'm like, okay, this makes more sense than it should, for the simple fact that, like, I'm not the problem. Nobody's ever said anything like that to me before that's been hurtful. Nobody's ever said, you know, I wasn't black enough for. And these are the kids we hang out with. You know, not one person ever told my best friend he wasn't Asian enough. Not one person told my Hispanic friend, you know, his Hispanic food is crappy. It was black on black crime. But like I said, my dad said what he said to me, and I suddenly realized I am not the problem. Like, in here, I love who I am. I identify as who I am. I know who I am. So it's not for me to change any of this and put on any kind of makeup and do my hair any different. It's for me to look inside and be a better person in that, you know, in that whole scheme of things, which is to better myself mentally, spiritually. So yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I think like one day we should do a video on that also, because like I think about that often, thinking about what you shared growing up and it also sucks for you. Like I don't think that, you know, that's something that I didn't have to worry about growing up, because like no white kid ever said to me like, oh, you're not white enough, or you're not acting white. So I can't even imagine like how that felt for you, like constantly hearing that from everybody.
It was a mental drag, but like I said, without knowing identity shifting, it definitely made me better at...
You were still doing it though.
Yeah. It made me better at like just like configuring, like, okay, so I'm still cool.
Imagine like the rest of the world had like your dad in their lives.
Damn.
Like he's just like a walking wisdom book.
He's a warrior. Like I feel like a lot of times, and that's what I'm saying, like he's, because when I watch a lot of shows with people in the UK and how they talk, and I'm like Dad kind of has the same reasoning as these people. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. His family originated in Ireland and then immigrated to Jamaica. So, but yeah, a lot of foreigner beliefs, it's very different from here. Very different.
Yeah, it sure is. Like I listen to a lot of watch a lot of videos like Jamaican people, or just people even from like England and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And they're so different from the way we are here.
Yes.
And they just have such a different outlook, and it's like it's refreshing to hear like the way they see things versus the way. And I'm not bashing anybody here, so it's not like that. Just saying. And people come for our heads now.
No, not at all. I mean, it's good to, and this is what's problem with America, is everything is pretty much lately one-sided. And it's like, how can you expect to learn something if you don't want to suck up somebody else's values? I saw two people having an argument because the one's like, you're not American. And I was like, I am, but these are my traditions where I live in my state. These are the things that we do. I remember going to Ohio, and they had a whole ass Apple Fest weekend, and everything was apples. And I'm like, what the hell is going on over here? But then in October, right before Oktoberfest, they have a pickle festival. I was in heaven. I love pickles.
Oh, me too. I'm going to one on the 31st.
God dang it. There you go, buddy. See, that's what I'm saying. But if you live inside New Jersey and you only see, like, what do we have? The damn Devil's Tower and Jersey Devil. Like, that's all you hear about. And it's like, we don't have any Apple Fest. We didn't have any freaking pickle festivals. We had Belmar Beach. We had, like, freaking, what was that show from MTV?
Jersey Shore.
Yeah, like that's what they know New Jersey for, you know, and it's like fist pumping. Like, God dang, can't we have something? Even a peanut butter rally?
Seriously.
God. So yeah, so sometimes you think of certain things in one way in America, and you start to travel to other states, and you're like, this is fascinating. We don't have a pickle fest. We don't have any of that.
Oh, let's touch on that another day too, because we still have like a list of things that we need to go through. But we should really talk about what you just said, like how it's different.
Oh, damn. So, I guess celebrations in other states.
Celebrations in other states.
Yeah, because it seems like it's
to like be kind to each other.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so you could keep going with the identity.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We'll touch more about that stuff like when we talk later. Okay, so second is choose a new identity. So pick traits, not outcomes. Your brain accepts identity shifts more easily when you frame them as I'm becoming somebody who follows through versus I want to be successful.
Okay.
So when you phrase it in a way that's easier for your brain to accept, rather than saying I want to be successful, but like success can mean different things to different people. Whereas I'm becoming somebody who follows through with doing things. You know, it makes it a little easier for like you and your brain to accept that reality. So number 3 is create micro-proof. So neural pathways strengthen this repetition. So neurons that fire together, wire together. Small daily actions aligned with your new identity create the evidence that your brain needs to update its self-story. So, like, let's just say your identity, you want to become someone who is just like vibrates higher, like at, you know, like a higher frequency, and you want to be someone who starts talking to people and comes across as friendly. So maybe something that you can start doing every day, like while you're out and about, if you're normally like shy, when you walk past somebody, be like, hey, how you doing today? Like, oh my god, I love your dress. Oh, you smell so good. Like, just do little things like that. Like, start implementing the things that you want to do. Like, let's just say your new identity, I am somebody who is financially responsible. Every day or every week, maybe put like $5 in an envelope or $2 in an envelope, and just at the end of the month see like all that money that you saved and either invest that into something or, you know, put that into something that's going to reinvest in yourself.
Right. So
just doing like little things like that. Number 5 is interrupt old patterns. So catching yourself in an old behavior and making a 1% different choice disrupts the old neural loop, and it starts forming the new one. So kind of like what you were talking about before, when, like, if you want to get healthy or whatever we were talking about before, you're trying to do new things and then you come across something and then revert to your old patterns. So you have to figure out a way to disrupt those. And we could do, I know like we're running out of time, so we'll have to do another video so we could go more in depth on how people can reframe each one, and we'll talk about like some of the biggest ones, like how to see yourself as successful or how to see yourself as financially secure and better with money. So we'll create like another little video on that to help people. So you want to do little things that are going to disrupt that old identity. So let's just say your new identity is somebody who eats healthy, and you see a piece of chocolate cake. Like, maybe decide to make something healthy. Like, that's something that I started to do. I wanted to see myself as like a healthy person and stopped eating sweets. So I figured out a way to still have my cake and eat it too, but just like healthier. So instead of like snacking at cookies, I made my tofu chocolate pudding in the evening, and I started snacking on that. So those were like little things that helped disrupt like my sugar addiction and helped me to lose a lot of the weight that I've been losing.
Okay.
So
I was going to suggest you should also try vegan chocolate cake that's made out of dates, if I'm not mistaken. Try that one.
Oh my god, yes. Oh, I just actually bought some dates. I love them.
Yes.
That was so good.
Let me stop.
Okay, so alright, I messed up. So there was 3, which was the micro-proof. Number 4 is regulate the nervous system.
Thank you.
So your identity change requires safety. If your nervous system is dysregulated, the amygdala interprets change as danger and pulls you back into old patterns. So doing some breath work, walking, making sure you get good sleep, and reducing like chaos to help your brain stay in like the new identity pathway is so important. And that's when we go into interrupt old patterns.
Okay.
Then after that, we want to train our reticular activating system. So we talked about this with manifesting. The reticular activating system filters what you notice based on identity. So when you shift your identity, you must train yourself to notice things. So like notice small wins, opportunities, evidence that supports the new you. So, one of those things is that you want to be financially secure, and you see something that you want but you don't necessarily need, and you tell yourself, you know what, we don't need this, so we're actually just gonna walk away from it, or you decide not to buy it or disrupt like your pattern. Like that's a huge win right there.
Yeah.
And you need to like recognize that and give yourself credit for that you just did like a huge thing by disrupting what you would normally do. And then you created like a new pathway.
Yeah.
And then pretty much you just want to keep on repeating these until it becomes like automatic. So like when you wake up in the morning, people usually go to the bathroom, brush their teeth. That's just what you do. So it's kind of like that. If you want to create this new identity, you have to start repeating these things every single day until it becomes like your new, until it becomes like a habit, and then it becomes a part of who you are.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds a little overwhelming because a lot of us, it's not that we're closed, like it's not that we don't want change, but sometimes, like for instance, something I'm struggling with is I like watching TV at night before I go to sleep because it relaxes my mind.
Right.
But then I want to have a better sleep system, and so like I fight with myself. It's like, okay, just shut the TV off at 10 o'clock and let's just like read a book and or put on like a podcast and go to sleep. And then it's like, it's still too early, like how do I do that? And then I like fight with myself. But I found that on days that I do go to sleep earlier, it feels so good. So I have to figure out like where the conflict is, and I need to like work on like creating my new identity with that. Which will admit.
Devil's advocate here. Why don't you put a timer on your TV and just doze on?
Oh, I should. It's funny, I was looking at that yesterday to see if my remote had it.
I'm sure it does. Most of these TVs do. Older TVs have it more than newer TVs. I'll give you that much. But I started doing that on really bad, like anxiety, stressed out days, where I'm like, I'll be really tired, but the second I close my eyes, I'm like, why can't I sleep? So I just put the TV on a timer, put it down really low, because Deuce likes to watch gaming streamers before he goes to sleep. And I was like, alright, I'll meet you in the middle. But I left it on 5 Nights at Freddy, and that's all I'm going to say. Timer.
I can't believe you actually left that on.
I didn't realize.
Okay.
I left him with the remote, so you would think he does. I'm trying to teach him how to change the channel. He can unlock doors, so I'm trying to teach him how to change. Now he came to me. He's like, "Blow, blow," and I was like, "Oh, I've made a mistake." Yeah, I did. So keep going. Go ahead, keep going.
No, that's a good idea with like setting the timer. Deuce was like, I'm gonna fix my mommy's butt for like yelling at me. I'm gonna put on 5 Nights at Freddy. Keep it on. I know how she feels about the animatronics.
Yeah. Oh, don't talk about. It's gonna be stormy, supposedly.
Oh, so, sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's okay. By the way, you got more to call off. I'm gonna shut up because the timer came on.
No, that's pretty much it. So let me just repeat them back really quick. So you want to recognize the old identity. You want to choose a new identity. You want to create micro-proof that what you're doing is aligning with the new identity that you want to create. Like your brain needs the evidence. You want to regulate your nervous system. That's so freaking important.
Yeah.
You want to interrupt old patterns. even just like a little 1% difference is all it takes. Like, don't shoot for like 100% right away. Even if you're doing like a small thing every single day,
Yeah.
it's going to be more effective than shooting for 100% every day and then failing.
Right.
Train your RAS, and then repeat until automatic.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then so we'll do another video on this where we can help people come up with, you know, like the main things. Like, you know, most people want to be like financially secure. Maybe when it comes to somebody who can attract like the right person, you know, these are things I don't care about or you don't care about. We still, you know, we can still help people with this kind of stuff. So yeah, we'll come up with some of like maybe like the top 3 things that people usually want to work on, and we'll do like a video on how to help people, you know, work towards creating that new identity.
I just want to say, before you said, I know this sounds difficult, I know this, and you keep adding that in there to like, but I just want to say, as somebody who is a tabletop RPG gamer, Broski will be alright, because this whole thing that you just read to me is exactly how we talk to new players who come in and they have to develop a character.
Oh.
This is exactly like this is exactly where we're going with this. So like even you're like, well, how does that talk about like regulate the nervous system? That would be like picking your skills, homie. That's like picking your skills. Like, what would help you in the long run? Like, what are you good at in real life? And they're like, well, I could talk down people from like doing something stupid. You've just, see what I'm saying? So that's a skill.
Cool that, like, so you guys do that with new gamers.
Oh, hell yeah. I was there once.
Okay.
I was not allowed to play with Paul, Jay, and Gage, but you know, it's okay. It's okay. I would always win because I didn't know what I was doing.
That's why they didn't want you playing with them?
Yeah, always rolling 100 with characters I should not have had as a child. Like, you can't give a kid who has no idea what they're doing the highest level, you know, character in the game, and they'd be mad when they roll nothing but hundreds. But this is real life, and I guess we want all our players to roll hundreds.
Yeah, yes we do.
So
we do. We want all of our players to roll hundreds.
So yeah, so I would think it's so yeah, for you to think that, like, you know, this may be hard for people to attain, I think it is doable. It's doable.
No, it's definitely doable, but it just, at first, until you master like the first thing, not even master it, but just start getting the hang of it, and like you seeing the proof that, like, oh wow, like I can do this, like I can shift my personality, I can shift my identity. Then when it starts kind of like, oh yeah, I got this, yeah, I can do this. I
wish we lived closer. Let's start a club, go to the park. That'd be so fun.
I know.
You know,
it really would.
Then we could have an apple pickle fest. I'm not fond of apples like that, but give me an apple pie.
I'm not really either.
You know, like, but I like pumpkin. Anyway, we're done here.
Yeah, you like pumpkin.
So yesterday, I was trying to tell Dane about matcha, and I got into it. And so while I was looking for it, I happened to find pumpkin matcha latte. Lisa, and it's all real ingredients. It's not that fake factory, you know, lab made stuff. Girls on Amazon, and I was like, oh my god, 1 scoop will do you, and it's like this big ass bag for like $10. I was like, and I was like, Dane,
matcha?
Yes. I was like, Dane, don't tell Lisa.
What kind of matcha was it?
Girl, I said pumpkin matcha latte.
No, I know.
So there was pumpkin matcha latte. Yes, it was maybe like cat snack size, but it was this thick. $10 and change. Jade Leaf was the brand. I found that they had, because I was trying to help him with having. Oh, here's the thing, because Dane likes to work out and he likes to change it up every now and then. So for him, he's a big like weightlifting. You know, I go to him for all of my stuff that I used to do when I was younger. But he's so into it that I'm like, I don't know this, help me. So, so he gives me the workouts. He's the one who gave me the workouts for Dan. Oh, he was laid up for 3 months? Okay, let's get him a workout plan. Perfect.
Good job, Dean.
So, yeah, he drinks shakes all the time. And I don't even remember how it came up. And I was like, oh, it was Dubai chocolate. But they have Dubai chocolate lattes. And then it turns out that it was a matcha latte. And it's generally just pistachio and matcha. That's all it is. And it's Target. So Jade Leaf, everyone, if you're listening, Jade Leaf. And it's Target's very own, they made them their own Dubai chocolate that you can only buy at Target. And it is the Dubai chocolate version of matcha, and it's pistachio. And I'm repeating myself because I don't know who's allergic to pistachio. So it's pistachio matcha latte. And it's powder, and you just mix it in, water, milk, whatever, however you do it. And the whole idea was Dane wanted a new protein drink or something that contains the proteins that he could have as opposed to drinking his protein shake. And I was like, well, matcha, yeah, because original matcha has like A, B, C, K, E. Like, you go through it, it's got what you need. It's got all the proteins and the vitamins. Has natural caffeine, like the whole nine. So we got into that, and I was explaining it to him, and he's like, Aish, thanks for your help. I found matcha that would be good for myself for cold drinking, for shakes, and I found one that Dad could use for his hot tea at night, and it would just, and I'm like, So,
oh, I love that.
So yeah, so I just thought I'd share that. So yeah. So yeah, but do we have anything else we wanted to we're gonna do a self-help video, and that's that.
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna do that. Yeah. And I thought there was something else. We did you write a couple of the things down of what we were gonna do?
For this particular subject matter?
No, well, we're gonna do this again.
So, because we were talking,
break it down more.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna do like a bit of a clearer video for you guys, so we're not going off on like tangents, so you can get like the real gist of it.
Okay. Yeah.
And then I thought there was something else that we were talking about that we said that we should do a video. I guess we could just go back and watch this.
Self-help. The only other things we were talking about: be kind to others. That's about it.
So we'll do something like that. Like we'll talk about the be kind to others, and states that do different.
How we were in a state that did nothing but host stupidity, and I guess we could go on to. Like you want to do a be kind to other video after this?
Sure.
And we could discuss. I got my tablet here, so I could use that as my reference. But yeah, we could do that. Okay, so meet you back here in a minute or two, or 5 minutes, or bathroom drink break. Okay, bye.
Okay, perfect. Bye.